And hello, everybody in the Now group for another It's All About You. And this is a little bit different today. It's All About You recap. And I've asked several members if they would like to return with me and sit here in the same space, even, and let us know what's happened in the time since their last Facebook Live and just how it's all in general. So Claire was here. I was trying to think of the month there because I was all mixed up. Sorry, Claire.
Okay.
Claire was with me here on March the 12th, and Claire was my 43rd now member out of 100. And today we are on 87 today, so it's quite a wee while gone since March. Yeah, and it's just flown by, which is fantastic. So Claire, how have things been with you since March the 12th when you were with me on that Facebook Live?
Things have completely changed. So yes, thank you so much, Lindsay, for inviting me back on to talk about this, because I had a whole load of plans. I had in-person events, I had some collaborations for dinner events with a cafe in town, and I was going to be starting to teach yoga in a yoga studio, as well as continuing all of my amazing nutritional therapy consultations on a face-to-face basis. Nope, that slate got completely wiped, and I had to completely rethink what I wanted to do. So obviously the obvious thing was to take it online, but going live and doing classes or talks online was not something that I'd ever done before. I hadn't a clue about all of the technology that would be needed for it. So it has been a very steep learning curve. It's been so much fun, but it's been a very steep learning curve, and there's been a lot of hours put in. But now I have a wellbeing studio online. So that got launched 2 Mondays ago. So today's the last day of the second week. So tomorrow will be the start of our third week, and our permanent timetable is just launching as of tomorrow. And it is a collaboration. I'm working with one other yoga teacher. So we're both doing yoga classes. And I'm also doing meditation and mindfulness classes, as well as nutrition talks and interactive sessions for people. So it is a complete rounded wellbeing offering, but it is all online now. And I'm still doing all of my nutritional therapy consultations. So I'm still doing one-to-ones. We're still doing all the amazing hair mineral analysis testing that we're doing for intolerances and deficiencies. And that, again, is just either by phone call or by video call. So everything's still going. It's just, it looks different now. And I've had to learn a whole load of new skills to be able to do it. But it's fabulous fun. And I have to say, the biggest thing that I've enjoyed is working with other people, like collaborating with other people for them. And with the studio now being online, there's going to be things like virtual retreats happening. There's so many plans. So watch this space. It's exciting.
Fantastic. How easily. I know you say it's been hard work in the background, but for me, it seems like you have easily segued into taking everything online. And
it's happened quite quickly, yes. There's not been a huge delay, and I think that really has been because the technology's been there and available. It's been to hand, so it's just me getting it up and running and my knowledge with it. So yeah, it's actually been quite a quick process.
And the fact that you know about nutrition, because you are an expert on gut health, because you know about nutrition, you follow those rules most of the time.
I do have my vices.
Yes, but it means that, 80%, maybe 90% of the time you feel good. So you're able to change. You're able to take on that challenge.
Yeah, I have been very conscious about my own health, and everybody right now, including myself, is feeling a lot more stressed because of all the uncertainty. And I've really had to ensure that I'm keeping myself healthy and looking after myself, taking the time out. And that's what's great about having somebody else that does yoga classes for your studio. I get to go along to somebody else's classes all the time now. So it's fabulous. It's really, really great, both for my business, but also for my own physical and mental health. But also I've had to be a lot more mindful about my eating habits. There was 1 week where my eating habits were horrendous, and I really had to stop and be mindful with it, and actually start making a real conscious decision about what I was eating and drinking, because I was creating new bad habits, and I didn't want those to last, because then my energy just depleted, and I couldn't then put as many hours into my business to get it up and running as I wanted to. So it has been a challenge. It's not all been smooth sailing.
And having to change going online, in your attitude to the internet, has that changed at all?
Yes, so not as scared of going live as I used to be. So I used to absolutely freak out about being live, whether it was on Facebook or a Zoom call. I just didn't like it. It seems daft, because actually I love talking to people in person. I am so happy. And just as you know, I did a talk for one of your now meetings in person. I love doing talks, but I felt there was this real barrier because there was a screen between me and the people that I was talking to. So for me, yes, it's getting over that fear, and that's really taken practice. And it literally just is a case of doing it. But now I can lead classes, whether it's a talk or a yoga sequence or mindfulness, meditation, and leading people through a beautiful experience, just holding space for them or providing them the opportunity to get the information and also ask the questions that they want to right now that is going to impact their health. Like, I'm all about having options. So if people want to ask tons of questions, I am always very much open for that, because I want them to have all the information that they need to be able to make the right decision for them and for their health. So I've put myself out there and I am doing it now. And every week I have had, so far in the last 2 weeks with the studio being launched, I think I've had a minimum of 4 classes or talks that I've been doing. So I am online a lot now. I am live a lot. And now actually I've got a few things that I want to record as well. So everything's just been live at the moment. I've not done any recording, but that's the next step for me, is to start recording some and having things available for people to watch later. So yes, it's completely changed. No longer got the fear, and actually enjoying it and having some fun and being excited about being live, whether it's by myself or whether it's like talking to your lovely self or other people. Much more enjoyable.
So if anybody wanted to go live, what is one tip that you would give them?
Be yourself. Just be yourself. And if you fluff what you want to say, it's totally fine. I did a talk with a group of women, and my internet kept dipping out. So I'd disappear and then come back. And the issue was that every time the internet started to dip, they could still see me, but then they couldn't hear me. So I had to recap the last bit that I was saying every time I came back on. So it is just what's going to happen at the moment, because we're all doing everything online, and so many people are using Wi-Fi and internet right now. But it worked. It was absolutely fine. But I think in about 30 minutes, I must have dipped in and out about 8 times. So I kept coming back though. And that's just it. It's kind of be yourself, roll with the punches, and have fun with it.
Oh, excellent. So going back to our chat in March, and I asked you, and we got everything prepared. What were your expectations then in carrying out a Facebook Live with me at the time?
I did have an ulterior motive, because I was trying to get through that fear and that barrier that mentally that I had about being online. And I thought, okay, I'm not going live online myself, because put the fear in me. Whereas when I'm with you, Lindsay, you make everything so relaxed and so comfortable, and I felt safe in your hands. And I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go for this. So my expectation was that I was trusting you, and you were going to take care of me.
Oh, that's wonderful to know. That's really is. So overall, an overall summary then of I mean, you've mentioned it there, but of carrying out a Facebook Live with me. If somebody came to you and said, "Oh, I really would like to do that," what do I do? What would you tell them?
I would just say really to jump in, because you only get over the fear by doing, and really that is what has happened. You have helped me get over the fear of being live and doing things online, and now I will be online and I will be talking, I will take part in discussions, I will lead talks, I will lead classes. And I don't think I would have done that, or I wouldn't have been so keen to set up an online wellbeing studio had I not already started to try and bust through that fear. So I have to thank you very much, Lindsay, for that, because I may not have decided to make the decisions that I did, having not had the wonderful experience online and going live with yourself. So it really is a case of practice. Practice doesn't make perfect, because I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm just aiming to be me, but practice definitely helps making it a positive experience rather than one that you can feel that is nerve-wracking or fearful. So I have fun with it now, and I don't mind when things go wrong or I get cut off. all the things that could happen, it's perfectly okay. But I really put that down to having come on live with yourself and felt so safe in a live environment that actually it wasn't going to be scary for me doing it all by myself. So it really has helped me in my business.
Excellent, thank you. Yes, because it is so much better, so much easier when you are with someone. It is even just walking into a room. If you're with someone, it's more comforting. You have a friend there.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, you've made it easy. You've made it easy and smooth. It's a really smooth process. So yeah, you're always helpful and you give all the information. So yeah, I always felt very safe in your hands.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you so much. I like that, and that's what I would like to be able to forecast to everybody, that yes, go with someone, whether it's me or whether it is a friend or several friends. Just get yourself on there, and as Claire said, things are going to happen. And whether it's the internet, whether it's yourself, whether your child comes in, whether your dog comes in, whether you fall off the couch or whatever. It's what it's about. That's what Facebook, what social media live, any kind of live, it's what it's about. It's getting out there, getting it, enjoying it. And Claire, you said that it's not perfect. I mean, I'm on my 87th Facebook Live here, and it's not actually perfect. I mean, I stumble my words, I get them wrong. Maybe something like, well, nothing's fallen at the back so far. Give them time, because everything's pitched. Like the one up there, it's pitched on the edge of the freezer so that it can be in the camera. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter. You sort of get yourself out there and you do it. And I was going to say something, but I went totally off tangent. It might come back to me. So, like I said, I mean, this is my 87th, and Claire was here with me in March, and a lot has happened with Claire. The changes, and it's positive changes that Claire has made.
Oh, definitely.
If you had, yes, you did come on a Facebook Live with me, and it was a positive experience. But you still could have just stayed there on the couch. But you felt that I've got to do something about this. Everything's online. I've already been on there before. It's not so bad. And look what you're doing now.
I know, it's fabulous.
I'm super impressed.
Thank you so much.
I don't have your links for your new, unless it's in your actual Facebook group, is it? Your links for the...
I will give you them so you can add them on. It's also under, if you're at the website www.tingleandglow.co.uk, it's just /studio. So you'll be able to see all the studio offerings and the full timetable at the studio page on the website as well.
Perfect.
But I'll send you them.
When is your next predicted Facebook Live?
So I will be running a class tomorrow night, yin by candlelight. So a very relaxing yin yoga session to get everyone all super sleepy and snoozy and cozy, ready for bed tomorrow night.
Oh, wonderful.
So that'll be an hour, a whole hour of people listening to me.
Super impressed. Well done, girl.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and now until tomorrow, where I will be sitting with another Now member on It's All About You. So thank you, everybody who is watching now on replay. And I'm going to say goodbye. A little wave. I think I've learned to go to the camera, and Claire's there. So catch you all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.